Sorry, 1 second. Okay, so let's find our way to our mat, our spine. Maybe using any blocks or bolsters, supporting our body in whatever way that our body is asking for this morning. Just being really gentle, being really kind, compassionate to the state of your body, the way that you feel. Just landing into your practice by taking a deep breath in through your nose, holding that breath at the top of your inhale. Seeing if you can sip in just a little bit more air at the top. And then exhale, long, soft sigh, let go. And again, deeply breathing in, holding that breath at the top. And then seeing if you can sip in just a little bit more air. Exhale, long, soft sigh, let it go. Return to a natural breathing pattern. Finding that easy breath. There's no force. Just allowing it to be exactly as it is. As you breathe, just beginning to notice the quality of your breath this morning. Noticing if it's shallow. Noticing if it's deep. And again, not trying to change it in any way, but just noticing it for exactly as it is. Exactly as you are. Notice the rise and the fall of your belly. With every exhale, just allow your back body to melt a little bit deeper into the foam of your mat. Allowing your breath to sweep away any tension or strain that you feel in your body. Remembering that our breath with intention, breathing with intention, is one of the most powerful medicines. And then bring your attention up to the crown of your head. And scanning your attention all the way down to the tips of your toes. And then all the way back up again. Just beginning to notice the physical sensations that arise for you with your attention. Noticing what's going on in your physical body today. Again, without trying to change anything. Just noticing, becoming aware. And with your exhale, you can intend to release some of that tension, some of that tightness. On the inhale, bringing in more flow, more ease. Letting go on the exhale. And cultivating on the inhale. You get to choose. There's always a choice. So on your next inhalation, send that breath into your fingertips, beginning to feel some energy pulse into your hands as you begin to move through your fingers. And as it feels comfortable and as you're ready, bringing your hands to your low belly, just underneath your belly button, letting your elbows rest onto the mat. Just feeling into the space of creation, your sacral chakra. Just notice what your intention is for your practice today. Whatever comes up, whatever wants to be created, notice, live through. And then breathe deeply on your next inhalation, holding that breath at the top of the inhale. And then exhale, long, soft sigh, letting that intention go off into the universe, allowing it to revisit us when it needs to. Continue to breathe deeply and continue to send breath into the fingers and the toes as you begin to move, shift, prepare the body for a little bit more movement, a little bit more tension. And if they aren't already, plant the soles of your feet into the mat, just allowing those knees to drape in towards one another, taking that pressure off of your lower back. Removing any blocks or bolsters, just gently off to the side. And when you're ready, open up your arms in a big T, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Point your knees up towards the sky, and then exhale to guide your knees over towards that left side as your gaze meets those right fingertips. Inhale, bring everything up through center. And then exhale over towards the other side. Just beginning to make some gentle movements in your body, making that mind-body breath connection. Moving as slowly as you need to, as if you were swimming through honey. Slower that you go, the more sweetness that's available to you, the more that you will uncover. Slowness is a place where miracles happen, so just take your time this morning. This is your opportunity to slow down, to tune in, to listen, and to be guided by your body and your breath. Beautiful. We'll do one more per side here. Feeling into all of those sensations. Beautiful. Then the next breath in, pull those knees up through the chest, tucking them in, and then pressing your sacrum into the mat, maybe shifting side to side, just giving yourself a little massage. Just encourage you to keep your eyes closed for this mat portion of the practice today, just really encouraging for that inner journey. Beautiful. Let's pause at center here. Exhale, drop the soles of the feet onto the mat. Lift up through that right leg. And we're either grabbing behind the thigh or grabbing onto our strap here, placing it on the ball or the heel of that foot. And you can keep your left leg bent, or you can straighten it long onto the mat, whatever works better for your body and your support. On your next breath in, pull those right toes a little bit closer in towards the face, really flexing that foot, straightening into the knee, and seeing how that changes the sensation of this posture. Letting your upper body relax, letting your jaw go, and making sure that you're not transferring tension from your leg into another part of your body. Breathe deeply as you release whatever's there, whatever's collected, whatever needs to be let go. Remembering that your breath is powerful and shift everything. Noticing if your eyes are open and closed, open or closed, and then noticing what kind of prompts you to keep it that way. Beautiful. We're going to take one more inhalation. And then we're going to transfer both ends of the strap into the right hand. Bring the left hand to the left hip and exhale to open that right leg to the right side. Notice if you need to shift anything in the left side for more stability and more support. And just really allow that right leg to open, keeping that foot flexed, keeping that knee straight. Maybe you're placing a block or a bolster under the outside of that leg just for some stability. Breathe deep, release, let go. Release any tension in your legs and your glutes, and really just allow this whole thing to be about that leg, that hip, the hamstring, the inner thigh, wherever you're noticing the tension the most. Taking 2 more full deep breaths here. And then inhale, bring that leg back up through center, maybe transferring a blocker or a bolster over to the other side to support your leg. And then we'll transfer both ends of the strap into the left hand as we open up through that right arm, palm face up. Let's guide that leg over towards that left side. Just noticing what needs to shift in your body as you shift position, as you shift postures. Notice how your breath changes, how the sensation changes. Notice what you need in this moment and what you can give yourself. Remembering that I'm guiding your practice, but it is truly self-taught. You need to give yourself what you need, and you always know best for your body. So just shift, change, adjust as you need to. hold. Breathe, release. We won't stay here for too much longer. 2 more full deep breaths. I find this one tends to cut off the oxygen supply a little bit. So the bottom of the last exhale, slowly bringing that leg back up through midline. Being really slow, really intentional here. Just bring that left leg long on the mat if it isn't already. Drop the strap down to the side. Grab behind your left or your right thigh, sorry, and begin to roll through that ankle, just releasing any of that remaining tension. Maybe rolling through your whole shin or just bending at the knee a few times. Giving it some movement, some attention, some love, and then exhale, drop that leg down the side, the left. Bring your attention down to the lower half of your body and just notice the difference between right and left side. Notice what shifted, what stayed the same. Notice what feels flowing, noticing what feels stuck. And then when you're ready, bend into the knees once again. Shifting, adjusting, making sure your low back is planted, and then let's extend through that left leg, grabbing onto the strap and placing it on the ball or the heel of that left foot. Whatever feels better for us on this side. And then we're either keeping that right knee bent or we're straightening it, whatever feels better in our bodies, really relaxing through that upper body, flexing that foot. And then when you're ready, inhaling to pull those toes in just a little bit closer as you begin to feel some tension, some resistance in the back of that left leg. Hold it there and breathe into that. Just pulling that foot in just a little bit closer. With every breath, noticing how sensation changes as you breathe and you move and you shift. Noticing if your eyes are open or closed. What prompts that? Always doing what feels best in your body. Deep breaths into the low belly. Keeping it here for 3 more full deep breaths. Getting the most juiciness, the most release that you can out of this posture. Remembering that the breath is what shifts the experience, the sensation. Facilitating the release, the letting go. After your last exhalation, we'll transfer both ends of the strap into the left palm, extending long, or actually bringing that right hand to the right hip. And exhale, slowly opening up that left leg to the left side. Keeping that foot flexed, keeping those hips square, planted. Maybe using the blocks or the bolsters underneath the knee or the thigh for just a little bit of extra support. Just allow yourself to melt. Breathe. Straightening a little bit more into that leg. Being present with what you find, with what you experience, with what you let go. Just reminding yourself that this is your opportunity to slow down, to be present with your body. So just noticing any part of you that is thinking about things outside of this practice, thinking about what's going to happen after, thinking about the plans, thinking about expectations. And as you notice that part of you, if it's there, just thanking it for being there and gently letting it go. Letting go with gratitude. Everything has its purpose. We'll take one more deep breath in here. And then exhale, bring that leg all the way back up through center, maybe transferring some blocks or bolsters over towards the other side of the mat for some support. Transfer the strap into the right palm, extend through the left arm, palm face up, and then exhale to slowly guide that leg over towards that right side. Noticing what sensations come up, how it's different, what that means. I know for me, my left side, for some reason, is just so incredibly tight. And so a lot more emotional stuff comes up for me here, which is interesting and something to just explore, get curious about. Notice where else you feel tension in the body. What is being released? Being present with everything that arises. Remember, there's no judgment, just curiosity. Let's take 2 more full deep breaths here. On your next inhalation, bringing that leg slowly and gently back up through center, being really, really delicate with yourself. We'll release the strap off to the side, grab behind that leg, maybe give that ankle a few rolls in both directions. Maybe you bend and straighten that leg a few times. Beautiful. And when you're ready, releasing that leg down beside the left. Does it feel an inch longer? What feels like it's been released? What do you notice in the lower half of your body right now? What are you grateful for? Beautiful. And when you're ready, let's pull both knees up into the chest, grabbing onto each knee individually, getting some motion into those hips. Exhale to push those knees away. Splitting them at the bottom, and then inhale to bring them all the way up and back through center, making 2 big circles with the knee. And then switching direction. And then pausing at center here, let's roll over onto our favorite side, being supported by our upper arm. Just taking a few breaths to connect. Feeling into the sensations. And then when you're ready, slowly pushing up into a comfortable seat. Just grabbing your strap if it's nearby. Beautiful. So from here, from your seated position, we're going to grab that strap. We're going to bring it about shoulder width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider here. But before we go into that, let's just bring that strap down by our knees, letting it go slack, and just a few shoulder rolls backwards. Just getting out some of that tension. Sometimes when we do legs and hip stuff, we start to kind of carry that tension in our shoulders. So just letting that go here. And then a few shoulder rolls forwards. Maybe getting your elbows involved, just opening up through the upper back. Beautiful. And pausing at center. Grabbing that strap again, if you let it go, bringing it to shoulder height, actually probably more like knee width distance apart. And then on your next breath in, we're gonna bring that strap up, keeping that tension, bringing it all the way behind us, finding that place of resistance, the back part, and then just holding it there, maybe closing your eyes. Just keeping that tension on the strap, keeping that resistance there, feeling into it, breathing into it, releasing tension on the exhale. Beautiful. And then if you can, pushing past that resistance and bringing your strap all the way down to your low back. Maybe you have to widen the grip on your strap a little bit to make that happen. Yes. All the way down to your low back, and then inhale. Once you get there, bring it all the way back up. Past that point of resistance all the way forwards. Down to your knees, and then inhale. Again, bring it all the way up. Past that point of resistance all the way down to your low back. And then inhale, let's move through a few rounds here. And I just want you to move with your breath, with your body, with the resistance that you feel, really. Just being really mindful, really conscious about what's shifting for you, what you're feeling, where you want to pause. Beautiful. We're going to do 2 more full rotations. The next time your strap comes out in front of you, we're going to just close the gap on that strap a little bit, maybe a hand width distance apart, nothing too crazy. And then inhale, we're going to pick that strap back up. Bring it all the way to that point of resistance and pause there again. If it feels good to close your eyes, please do so, especially in these moments. Breathing into that. Letting go of some of that tension, some of that strain. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale, release that strap all the way down in front of you. Beautiful. Place it off to the side. Give your shoulders a little shake, a little roll. Beautiful. We're going to inhale to sweep those arms up towards the sky, gaze up. And then exhale, plant down through right palm. Let's reach overhead with left fingertips, keeping both sit bones planted and gazing up to the inner left elbow. Finding that length across that left side, maybe expanding that ribcage a little bit more. And then exhale all the way through center over towards that other side, finding that length, finding that space, expanding that ribcage. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring those hands up through center, gaze rises. And then let's bring that left hand to the right knee as our right hand becomes a tent behind your low back. We'll inhale to grow tall through the spine and exhale, twist, gazing behind that right shoulder. We're keeping our navel to our spine here. We're keeping our core tight. And with every exhale, we can go a little bit deeper. The inhale lengthens us. And the exhale rotates us. Finding one more deep breath in. And then exhale, bring those hands all the way up through center, gaze rises. Take a breath in. And then exhale, bringing that right hand to the left knee, left hand tense behind the low back. We'll inhale to grow tall. And exhale to twist into a rotation. Noticing any areas, again, of resistance. Noticing where it's hard to twist, where it's easy. Beautiful. One more breath in, grow tall. And then exhale, bring those hands all the way up through center, gaze rises. Exhale, bring the hands down through the heart, bow your chin to your chest, press your thumbs into your sternum. Take a moment here. A moment of gratitude, a moment of presence, recenter the body. You have arrived, you are here. Let's interlace those fingers together. And then exhale, push the palms away from us as we tuck the chin in towards the chest, stretching into the upper back once again. Hold it here. Notice the tension, notice where it is. Release through the breath. One more breath in. Exhale, push those palms away. And then inhale, lift those palms all the way up to the ceiling. Beautiful. Stretch it tall here, really getting through those lats, those armpits. And then exhale, release your hands to the low back, interlacing those fingers, pushing down through the knuckles, opening up through the heart space. Really guiding those shoulders down from your ears, gaze up to the ceiling, maybe keeping your eyes closed, whatever feels good. Feeling that length in your neck, that length in your shoulders as you draw them down. Holding it here. Beautiful. And then we're just going to bring our hands, our fists, the interlaced fingers over towards that right hip. We're gonna push that left forearm across our low back. And then on our next exhale, we're just gonna guide that right ear over towards that right shoulder. Just finding some length across our neck here. And play around with maybe dipping your chin down and up. Just seeing if you can find that spot, that sweet spot. If you want to stay for a few breaths. Taking one more breath in. And then exhale all the way through center. Slowly bring your hands over towards that left hip, pushing that right forearm across your low back, and then slowly exhaling that left ear to the left shoulder, tilting your chin in whatever direction you can get the most benefit. Maybe it's different than the other side, just notice that. Deep breath. Breathing with purpose. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, bring yourself all the way back through center. Release your hands, lift your arms up towards the sky, gaze rises. And then exhale, plant those hands out in front of you, rolling over onto hands and knees, coming into your tabletop position. For the first few moments in tabletop, just allow your hips to sway side to side, releasing some tension, opening up the hips just a little bit more. Beautiful. Pause it at center here. We're going to inhale to pick up our shins, so really standing on our knees here. Bring them over towards that right side, plant them down, and then take your gaze over that right shoulder as you lean into the left hip. Take some deep breaths into the left side rib cage, expand. Just be there for a moment, one more breath in. And then exhale, bring those shins all the way over towards that other side. Bring your gaze over left shoulder, leaning into that right hip and the right rib cage. Breathe. And then exhale, bring your gaze and your shins back through center. Let's move through some rounds of cat and cow, just at your own pace, using your breath. Pausing where it feels good, flowing where it feels good. After a lot of stagnant postures and a lot of holding and releasing, let's do a little bit of a flow just to release some of that tension. It's really important to, just flush the body. Like I said before, tension can kind of find its way to other areas of the body if it's not properly released. So that's what a flow will do for us. It'll just help us release whatever remains. And so here in your tabletop position, in your cat and cow, just add in any organic movements that feel really good in your body. And what feels good in your body is probably a really good indicator that this is what's going to help release you what remains. Beautiful. We'll take one more breath in. And then find our way back through center. We're going to tuck the toes under here. And then exhale, slowly lift the knees, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Really take your time here. No movement at first, just noticing how it feels to be upside down. Taking a few breaths. And then when you're ready, pedaling out those feet, extending the heels down towards the mat, bending into the knee, exploring. Taking your time. There is no rush. There is nothing to do. Just feel your body. Beautiful. We'll take one more deep breath in here. Exhale, side out. We're going to take a breath in, bend the knees a lot, look forward between the hand, top or step to the top of your mat. Exhale. Inhale, hands to shins, lift up halfway. And then exhale as we fold forward, bend into those knees, grab onto opposite elbows, let your head hang heavy. Maybe you're shifting from foot to foot. And just finding a little sway. Letting your head hang. And then pause at center here, release the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it forward. Let's bend into those knees a lot. Then inhale, roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way to stand. Head is the last thing to rise. Reach those arms up at the top. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come down through the heart space. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, we're gonna fold fold forward, bend into those knees a lot. Drop those hips down, reach those fingertips behind you. And then keeping those hips low, inhale, lift those arms up, coming into a chair. Hold it here, navel to spine. Beautiful. Exhale, fold forward, shins to or thighs to tummy. Reach those arms behind you, keep those legs bent. Inhale, stand all the way up, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into those knees a lot, sweeping those arms behind you, dropping those hips down. Inhale, keep those hips low, sweep those arms up, chair pose, sink those hips down a little bit lower. Beautiful. Exhale, fold forward, belly to thighs, reach those arms behind you. Inhale, sweep those arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come down through the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold, bend into those knees a lot. Reach behind you with those fingertips. Drop those hips low. Inhale, sweep those arms up, chair pose. Beautiful. Exhale, sweep those arms behind you, belly to thighs. Keep those hips low. And then inhale, sweep it all the way up to stand. Exhale, we're just going to swan dive forward here. No hands to heart center quite yet. Inhale, let's lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward, bend into those knees, sweep those arms behind you, sink those hips low. Inhale, sweep those arms up, coming into a chair pose. Beautiful. Exhale, sweep those arms behind you, belly to thighs. Inhale, stand all the way up tall. Beautiful. Exhale, swan dive forward. This is the last time. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold it forward, bend into those knees a lot. Drop the hips down, reach fingertips behind you. Inhale, sweep those arms up, keep the hips low, chair pose. Exhale, bend forward at the hips. Belly to thighs, reach those arms behind you. Inhale, sweep it all the way up to stand. Beautiful. Exhale, hands come down through the heart. Close your eyes if they aren't already. Connect with your breath, connect with your heart. Connect with the part of you that brought you onto the mat today. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up halfway. Plant palms down, step back into your down dog. Take a moment here. Maybe pedaling out those feet. Beautiful. And from here, gazing forward between your hands, step forward with that right foot, ground that left knee down. Inhale, sweep those arms up, crescent lunge. Beautiful. Sinking low through that left hip. Exhale, plant those palms down on the mat. Let's straighten into that right leg, toes pointing up towards the sky. Beautiful. Just folding forward here, really stretching into the back of that leg. And then from here, inhale, walk those hands forward, plant down through left palm. Inhale, right arm rises. Hold it here. If it feels good, you can bend into your left knee, reach behind with your right hand, maybe grabbing onto the heel or the ankle. Listening to your body. Taking a breath in. And exhale, sweeping those hands around to the front of your mat, tuck back toes under, pop back knee up, step into your down dog. Take a breath in here. Gazing forward between your hands, step forward with that left foot, drop the right knee down. Let's reach those arms up, crescent lunge. Taking that right hip low. Beautiful. On the exhale, plant your palms on either side of that leg and then straighten into that left leg, toes pointing up towards the sky, fold forward. Coming into our half splits here, feeling into that sensation. And then inhale, gazing forward, walking those hands, bending into that knee, planting down through right palm. Inhale, left arm rises. Navel to spine. If it's for you here, maybe reaching behind you, bending into that right knee, grabbing onto the ankle. Notice what your body needs. Taking a breath in. And then exhale, sweeping both arms around to the front of your mat, tuck back, toes under, pop that knee up, step back, down dog. Beautiful. From here, gazing forward between those hands, come up high on those toes, bend into your knees, and slowly lower down into tabletop. Beautiful. A few moments here to wiggle out your hips. We're gonna bring the big toes to touch, send those knees wide, and exhale to send the hips back towards the heels, coming into a child's pose. Or really whatever child's pose is going to work for you here. Take some moments to connect. Connect with your intention. When you're ready, inhale, gazing forward between those hands, pressing down through your forearms. Inhale, pull your belly forward along the mat until the hips come down, toes lengthen behind you, pressing down through your forearms, lifting into your Sphinx pose. Lifting your chest high, closing your eyes. Holding it here for a breath. And then exhale, lower your chest down, plant palms under shoulders, tuck toes, lift up to tabletop. And then let's sweep those legs around, sit on our bum. Bring those legs out in front of us, bending deep into the knees, bring the heels to mat width distance apart, pointing toes up towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep arms up. And exhale, melt it forward over the legs, bringing our head between our knees. Stretching into the upper back. And your next breath in, we're slowly gonna roll all the way up And then all the way back onto our forearms, scooching our bum forward, and then tuck your knees into your chest once you make it all the way down to your spine. Just pausing with those knees in for a moment. We're just gonna lift those legs up towards the sky, letting them kind of float there as if they were floating through space, letting that energy drain. We've done a lot of that today, a lot of releasing, just whatever remains, letting it go. And then when you're ready, bending into those knees and coming into a happy baby. Whatever that's going to look like for you today, whether you're moving, whether you're still. Just allow your body to guide you. Breathe. And either staying here just for a few more breaths, or maybe you're bringing the soles of your feet to the mat, big toes touch, just allowing those knees to open, like opening a book, bringing the hands to the low belly for a little bit of connection. Wherever you're at, these are our final moments before Shavasana. So whatever other posture your body may need, please feel free to take that now. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, find your way into your final resting pose, whatever that's going to look like for you today. And getting yourself set up with blankets, bolsters, blocks. And just settle in. You've found your position that you want to be resting in, go ahead and inhale deeply through your nose. Hold that breath at the top, gather up whatever you no longer need in that breath. And then exhale, long, soft sigh, let it all go. And let's take one more deep breath in. Gathering up whatever you no longer need. And then exhale, let it go. Finding your natural breath. And remembering that you are exactly where you need to be. And breathing is the only thing you need to do. And so allow your breath to be your guide deeper into this relaxation and deeper into who it is that you truly are. Deepen your breath. Just allow the awakening to be as slow as it needs to. Shifting, moving, whatever calls first. Eventually coming into a place where your knees meet your chest. Give yourself a hug, maybe a slight rock side to side. When you're ready, just tilting onto your favorite side. A few moments for just breathing, just being, enjoying. When you're ready, push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes can remain closed if that feels good. We're going to take 2 cleansing breaths here together. So go ahead, take a deep inhalation in through your nose, fill up your belly, fill up your chest all the way to the top, and then hold. See if you can sip in just a little bit more air. And then exhale, long, soft sigh, let it go. And again, deeply breathing in. Holding that breath and then just seeing if you can sip in a little bit more air. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, hands down through the heart. Bow your head. Taking a moment of gratitude for whatever you are grateful for. Right now, I'm just extending gratitude towards you for showing up and for doing the work, not only for your physical body, but also for your spirit, and knowing how important that is right now in these times. Thank you all for practicing with me today, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend. Om Namah Shivaya. We are eternal beings. Namaste. You all have a great weekend. I hope the rain holds off. We still